What's up guys, Zenari here, and today we're going to be doing another lesson for a Bermuda Triangle Classroom. So, continuing with the premium hype train, we're going to be talking about how to improve your early game. Now, there are a lot of decks in Bermuda Triangle that have a lot of different playstyles. Carole wants specific corals in the soul, Riviera wants specific Rivieras in to ride them, but not all decks have that. For example, Pacifica, there is an ideal grade 2 ride or a combination of cards that you would like to ride, but none of them really enhance your early game as to be able to grade 2 stall, to be able to get to stride, or you would rather go the Pacifica route of using your V Pacifica and the push for game by using your other grade 3 Pacificas in the deck. Or some more generic decks, like if you would like to have a Lupina deck, but you don't know how to really go towards it. There's a bunch of cards. You can multi-attack during your stride phase, but you don't know how to improve it slightly. Well, I'm here to show you and talk about possibly a new combination of 2 cards. It's a very simple combo. It is very simple for you to utilize if you want to in your deck. First off, we're going to talk about the main early game card since the beginning of the Bermuda Triangle, Coco Loveheart Liselotte. So I will talk about her skills. It is a grade 2. She has 2 skills. Continuous hand, it can be called as grade 1. So if your Vanguard is grade 1, you're able to call it. And her ability is auto Vanguard Rearguard Circle. One place, look at the top card of your deck, it called to rearguard or put it into your soul. This ability may only be used by a card with the same name once a turn. So we all know Liselotte, a very good grade 2 in V series. It is not that impactful in V since it's a 10k vanilla mostly, but it's there for the early game to start that early plussing that you need. Some decks can use it in combination with Aqua to be able to bounce her back, but what I find is that Aqua usually doesn't have that much late game potential or to be able to scale as turns goes on. As the new premium collection cards are being revealed, we have strides that are able to now get a lot of resources first stride, or to be able to push for game first stride. And as V series continues to go on, we get more utility cards in a grade 2 slot, and we need to be able to scale as the game goes on. So Liselotte is a good card, and you would like to use Liselotte more. And draw more Liselotte so as you have the full board, and you're able to plus from strides such as Perfect Performance Ange, or even cards like Celebrivorous Loris on GB2. Now, to be able to scale in the early game, there are cards that you would like to bounce, such as Liselotte. However, most of those cards are either outdated or have a very CB reliant cost, which can open up the potential for your opponent to damage deny you, or for them to counteract your grade 3 turn, which a lot of the V series Bermuda Triangle cards use a counterblast. And there are cards that can countercharge and help you early. However, they're either old or have a very low base power that you don't want to have in your deck. So let's talk about Liselotte's new best friend. Dun da da da. Estasis Kyora. So this is a lyrical Monasterio card from the trial deck. The trial deck Estasis Kyrie. So she has 2 abilities. Auto Vanguard Circle, when this unit attacks, choose one of your rear guards and you may return it to your hand. And continuous rear guard, during the battle this unit is boosted, this unit gets 5,000 power. So Kyora in combination with Liselotte allows you to essentially sit on your grade 2 turn and continuously use Liselotte every turn. Now, your board can become full, but the potential of Liselotte calling a potential grade 3 beater, if you're playing strong rearguard beaters, being able to call cards that get power, cards that draw, cards that can filter, and you keep doing it every turn, this combination every turn, and your opponent cannot remove Liselotte at all, it can be very dangerous in the future. As of right now, it is not that strong, but it is a potential combination with these two cards to be able to net so much free advantage for no cost. And your opponent cannot damage deny you because Kyura costs no CB at all. Now, there's a couple of things with this combination of cards. For one, it costs 8 slots, potentially 8 slots in your deck. And you have two very not as powerful late game or mid game cards, as in Kyura is only a 15k attacker, which she's boosted, as opposed to Aqua, she's just a continuous 15k. And Liselotte does plus you to border, you're able to bounce cards back, but she's just a vanilla 10k. However, I believe the powerful combination of these two cards in the early game can allow you to essentially outvalue your opponent for no cost. And that's not to mention we have cards such as Lupina. If you ride Lupina, if you have a full board, you're able to get more value, as in you're able to attack more. And cards like Ange, if you have V-Series Ange, if you have a bunch of normal units on your board, you're able to bounce the back and get 2 force markers. Cards like Refurade, if you're going second, and if you ride Refurade, you're able to attack from the back row, depending on what cards are revealed in the future. This can be powerful and allow you to have essentially a very good early game for basically no cost. Now, you can use Kyura with Shia, a combination with Liselotte, to even have a better early game, and it's up to you. But the combination of these two cards allows you to have a grade 2 game where your opponent cannot essentially damage deny you if you open the Liselotte in your hand. If let's say if you don't have Liselotte, you only have Kyura, you're still able to sit on grade 2 and just call any attacker and just bounce it back, and your opponent cannot damage deny you. If you have only Liselotte on the board, you can still play your grade 2 game and call other cards, and if you call another Liselotte or you call Aqua or something like that, you're still able to net value. But the combination of these two cards allows you to essentially have a very free early game with low commitment of cards, as well as Kyura being able to target triggers, which Aqua cannot. And Aqua does cycle, which is very good. Kyura is free and doesn't need, it can target any card to bounce. So if you call a grade 3 from Liselotte that you need in your hand, you can bounce it back and you have your ride. If you call a heal trigger like a heal guardian, you can bounce it back to your hand, and you can leave Liselotte on the board to make your opponent swing into her, or call it to the back row, however way you choose. So just a combination of these two cards allows you to have a very free early game. Now, it doesn't plus as much as I would like to, but in the future, who knows, there might be a good combination of cards that will allow us to do that. And with that being said, that will be the end of the Bermuda Triangle lesson for today. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and follow me for some more content for this type of stuff. And with that being said, I'm Zenarion, and I'm signing off.